Good morning, students. I'm here with the second chapter. We are not afraid to die if we can all be together by Jordan Cook and Alan East. Students, as the chapter itself says, we are not afraid to die if we can all be together. The quality or state of having or showing mental or moral strength to face danger, fear, or difficulty is bravery. And this chapter exhibits the example of bravery, that how a family all together face the difficult phase of their life. A small introduction about the authors of the chapter. Jordan Cook, he was born on December 3rd, 1978 in Toronto, is a two-time Canadian Olympic sailor. He sails for the Royal Canadian Yacht Club. He is the son of Stephen Cook and Linda Cook. He had a great interest in writing stories too. And Ellen East was admitted to the role of solicitors in 2003 and has gained extensive experience as a lawyer, that is, litigator, manager, and legal trainer. In 2010, Ellen joined Coventry University as a senior lecturer in law. A brief introduction about the captain who rode this wave walker named ship, Captain James Cook. He was born on 7th November 1728 to 14th February 1779, was a British explorer, navigator, and cartographer who ultimately rose to the rank of captain in the Royal Navy. Talking about the theme of the story, We Are Not Afraid to Die If We Can All Be Together is an example of the fact that courage, bravery, and togetherness can be the remedy of any illness of the world. The story is about a family who decides to set forth their journey around the world in their ship named Wave Walker. The family comprised of the narrator, his wife Mary, son Jonathan, and daughter Suzanne, who set their sail from Plymouth, England, with their two experienced sailors, Larry and Herb. In the midst of their journey, they faced a very heavy storm in which they have almost predicted that they would not see the morning of the next day. On the other hand, the two children were so optimistic that they said that they are not afraid of any kind of hardship if the whole family is together. And this thought of the children made the elders work more hard to save their lives. In the end, they overcame the trouble and landed to an island where they relaxed and thanked God for saving them. Talking about the characters of the chapter, narrator, who is the captain of the ship, Mary, his wife, Jonathan is 6 years old, his son, Suzanne is 7 year old, his daughter, and Larry, he is an American crew member, and Herb is a Swiss crew member. Now, the introduction of the main characters of the story, the narrator, Mary, Suzanne, and the son Jonathan. Narrator, a man of great courage, commitment, and conviction, proved to be the best captain as well as the best father with upending gift and determination. Mary, a wife who always stood by her husband's side in all times of difficulty and considered her dreams as her own. Suzanne, the daughter, she was a brave girl. Her bravery toughened her father's resolve to fight the sea's strong storm tooth and nail. Jonathan, the son, shows bravery, and his fearlessness in the face of the death highlights his characters. He rejuvenates the hope of his father by remarking, "We are not afraid to die if we can all be together." Students, I have divided this chapter into short summaries and their main points so that it can be easy for you to understand the summaries and the main points. Now, this is the first summary of the chapter. The story "We Are Not Afraid to Die If We Can All Be Together" is a story of extreme courage and skill exhibited by Jordan Cook, his family, and crewmen in a war with water and waves for survival. In July 1976, the narrator, his wife Mary, son Jonathan, and daughter Suzanne set sail from Plymouth, England, to duplicate the round the world journey voyage made 200 years earlier by Captain James Cook. And he started his journey in his professionally built ship the wave walker. And he had trialed this wave walker in many other seas and oceans to have it that it is very strong to tackle with the next journey, accompanied by his two very experienced sailors, Larry and Herb, to tackle one of the world's roughest seas, the southern Indian Ocean. Now, these are the main points of the summary I have given. First is episode started in July 1976 when they started their journey, and that journey began from Plymouth, England. The weather was pleasant, very good weather, and very cheerful and very clear days they were having. And they started from England by west coast of Africa. He had two sailors with him, American Larry and Swiss Herb, with him on this journey, and they started on a very good note. Moving to the next summary, the first part of their journey is about 105,000 kilometers up to Cape Town, passed off very pleasantly. They were very happy. On the second day out of Cape Town, they began to encounter strong gales, that is, strong wind. And this wind did not worry the narrator. He was very confident, but the size of the waves was alarming. That means they were very dangerous. Up to 15 meters, they were as high as the main mast. On 25th December, the writer's ship was in the southern Indian Ocean. On that date, they entered southern Indian Ocean. 3,500 kilometers to the east of Cape Town, the family celebrated their Christmas on the ship. The main points of this summary, that is December 25th, 1976, they all reached 3,500 kilometers east of Cape Town. The weather was getting harsh, poor, and they celebrated their Christmas on the ship, but till New Year's Day, they saw no improvement in the weather. Moving to the next, till the morning of dawn time of January 2, the waves were very high, they were very dangerous. That unfriendly weather and that huge waves compelled the sailors to slow down their speed, and they dropped zip and they started taking other precautions, as they were ready with the life raft drill, attached lifelines and life jackets, so that if they face any kind of danger, they should be prepared with everything that can save their life. The main points of the summary, January 2, 1977. Now they encountered huge waves in the morning and sailing with only a small storm zip and were still making 8 knots. Zip is a triangular stay sail set forward of the mast, that to support the mast. Ship rises to the top of each wave. The ship was able to cross the waves coming towards it, but it encountered endless and enormous seas rolling towards the ship, enormous seas, that is waves coming towards the ship. The screaming of the wind, the sound of the wind and the waves, it was very painful to the ears. It was very difficult to hear. And they started preparing themselves to face the sea's anger. The storm zip dropped. The heavy mooring rope in the loop across the stem lashed. Mooring rope that holds an object in place, that is used in the ship and the boats. You can see the pictures. And they double lashed everything. Lashed when we have to tighten something or fasten something, one or two more items, they started lashing each and everything on the boat. Whatever they had on the ship, on the top of the ship, they started knotting them just to be in tighten, just to hold them properly. Then went through life rift drill. Life rift drill is a very small, rigid or inflatable boat carried for emergency, especially on the ships and the boats. They keep it. It is a small boat kind of, and it is very hard to sink. As we have seen in many of the ships and the cruises, they keep these kind of boats. Then they donned oil skins and life jackets. Then they wore waterproof garments. Oil skins are waterproof garments which all these people, the sailors and the boatman, the crewman, they wear in the time of emergency. Lifelines are the life belts they wear in the time of emergency. Moving to the next summary. Suddenly at 6 p.m., they had a huge explosion shook the wave walker, that the ship, and the author was thrown overboard across the boat. The ship was about to capsize when another huge wave hit it, tossing it upright once again. That means the ship was grumbling. The author was thrown back onto the deck, his head and ribs smashed against the walls, that he was thrown towards the walls. In spite of his injuries, the narrator took charge of the situation. He started steering the boat properly. Somehow, he found the wheel, lined up the stem for the next wave, and hung it till Mary appeared and took charge of the wheel. He was injured, but then also he took the charge of his that situation, and he was able to control the boat. Till then, his wife Mary appeared, and she took the charge of the wheel. Larry and Herb, the crew members, started pumping out the water like madmen. The water was into the boat, into the ship, and if that water increases, there were many chances of them to sink into the water. And what they started doing is that started pumping out the water. The whole starboard size bulged inwards. Everything was like smashed. The narrator managed to cover canvas across the gaps to prevent water from entering the ship. From the side where the water was entering into the ship, he was able to stop that. But then came more problems. Their hand pumps. Hand pumps are manually operated pumps used to move fluid or air from one place to another, and they had electric pumps also. But the hand pump was working, but then it stopped, and electric pump short circuit. It was like destroyed, damaged. Fortunately, the narrator found a spare electric pump into their chart room that worked. The entire night they spent into pumping, steering, repairing, and sending radio signals to the centers nearby. Those can have the signal and they can come for their help. The narrator checked his charts and calculated that they had a French scientific base nearby, and that is their only hope. The main points of the summary, that was January 2, 1977, 6 p.m. Waves were higher than the ship and it kept chasing the ship. The waves hit the back of the ship and destroyed it. The waves broke the starboard and the water entered the ship. The ship was about to sink, but then, meanwhile, Mary, the narrator's wife, came and she took the charge of the steering wheel. She started steering the ship, and the narrator and the two crew men, they started pumping the water which was on the deck, and an immediate action was required because the water level was increasing. They had the hand pumps also and electric pump also, and electric pumps short circuit and it stopped working, but they had a spare electric pump and that they used. They wanted to send some signals by radio to the nearby bases, but the communication was not done. The next summary is like this. The daughter and the son were injured, but they said that they were not afraid to die if they could all be together. Daughter's head was swollen and she had a deep injury. The narrator became more determined seeing his children's courage. Finally, they reached that island, and a volcanic island where they were welcomed by 28 inhabitants, the people, those who were staying there. Thus, the collective strength and never failing optimism of the sailor made it possible for them to come out of the jaws of death. Though Jonathan and Suzanne did not do anything to save Wavewalker, but their courage, their forbearance, faith, and optimism gave extra strength and persistence to the narrator and his team. The bravery of the strong willed children is noteworthy in the story. Now, the main points of the summary, that was January 3rd, 1977. They survived for 48 hours with the struggle of taking out that water which was on the boat with the help of the pumps, and the auxiliary engine failed. Auxiliary engines are very reliable and they have a very good fuel consumption, and they are known for their durability also, and that also failed. And then on January 4, 1977, water level almost dipped. Still unable to host sail on the mast for fear of ship's possible wreckage, that the remains of something that was badly damaged. And they hosted the Storm Zip. Headed towards the island, but they were not sure. They had their meal after 48 hours. On January 5, 1977, weather became more worse. Jonathan said to his daddy, "If we are all dying, we are not afraid to die." And that gave a very positive note to the father, so that he can struggle more, he can fight against that weather, because the children are not at all afraid of dying because they are all together. And that gave a very good confidence to the father. More water flowed in on the boat. The daughter made a picture and it showed to the parents, and so that they can be happy and they can laugh for a while, they can be stress free for a while. And then narrator went to sleep after predicting that they can reach this island after this much of time. And before 6 p.m. the ship reached that island, and they were all safe and secure, and they were too happy that they were able to fight against the storm, and they were all safe and secure. I have given the word meanings of the difficult words in the chapter. You can read them carefully. I hope students you were able to understand the chapter. If you have any kind of doubts, you can ask. Thank you so much.